The wrap up. Hello, everyone, and welcome this evening. Tonight is our December release party, and we're wrapping up the 12 Days of Christmas Box event. It was so much fun, and we are so glad to see all of you joining us from all around the world. We know it's close to Christmas, and a lot of you are probably busy getting ready for your holiday. So we want to thank you so much for taking time out to be with us. A big shout out to Brianne Loveland, who is on her 13th live with me in the last 12 days. So Brianne, thank you so much for being here again and being willing to work so hard to help everyone find all the links to the things that I've been using in my lives, and also tonight to be able to find things that we're releasing in our store. Well, I'm going to do a little wrap up, but let's say hello to Tom. Hey, Tom.
Hello, everybody.
How are you doing?
I am so much better than horrible tonight. What a day, huh?
It was a crazy day. We kicked off our day today at noon Central Time with our day 12 of the 12 Days of Christmas. And then we ran over to the restaurant and we had our holiday Christmas party with our staff. And it was super fun. We gave away, I don't know, we do this drawing thing, and we had 61 gifts that we gave away, and we had great food, and it was really super fun, and everybody was so generous to us, too. So a big shout out to our whole staff for working so hard this holiday season. That was fun. And then, Tom, you and I came running back here to get ready for tonight, right?
Yeah. Are we spending the night here?
No. No, Zeus probably wondered what happened to them. Where did they go?
Yeah.
I did have my chicken Kiev. I did. It was so good.
It was wonderful. Yes.
So good. And cheesecake. Mm-hmm. Well, Tom, what'd you think of the 12 Days of Christmas?
I really enjoyed it. I was surprised at how fast it went
I know, right?
by, and it's just getting in the groove of every day, just getting ready, but I think again it just took the day of Christmas and kind of spread it out over several days and gave you a chance to kind of within the crafting context to enjoy that vibe.
It really did. I think that was one of the nicest things about it for me and for you, and probably for a lot of people in the chat, how it just gave us a little surprise every day, something fun to do every day. And it really got Christmas, get you in the mood for Christmas even sooner. Usually I'm flying by the seat of my pants up until 2 days before, but I've been feeling festive for this whole 12 days.
All the suggestions we got for, the 12 days of Groundhog Day and 12 days of Labor Day and 24 days of you name it.
I know. I think it was so much fun. Well, we decided tonight that we are definitely going to do the 12 Days of Christmas again next year for sure. And I think the way that we're going to do it is we are going to put the product up on our website, not for sale, but for Notify Me. So everybody who is interested in it can click on the Notify Me list. Then we'll use that number to determine how many boxes that we should do. We'll do a few more than that. And then when that box becomes available, it will get emailed to all of the people on the Notify Me list first. And then we'll release it to the general public. So this way, you guys will get the opportunity to get it first, but you don't have to prepay for it or pre-order it or anything like that. So that's our plan. We'll figure all of that out. We've got a year to plan now, so we're going to make it a good one. But I did want to do a couple shout outs here because of the 12 Days of Christmas. All of the people that helped us bring this event to life, aside from our amazing staff, Shelly and her team that built those boxes and made them beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I remember I helped Shelly one day build boxes, and boy, she's so organized, and she told me exactly how to pack it and how to put the tissue in and everything. And She and her team did a great job. Our assembly team that assembled 12 times 5,000 pieces, because that's how many boxes we did. So they did 5,000 of every one of those things. And just think about it. They actually took all those glitters, the dazzle dust, and put them into a bag first before they put them in the bag and fill covered with glitter. It was quite quite a big feat. And then our wonderful ship team that got all of those boxes out and got all the international ones out in record time. They were amazing. Our customer service team was amazing. Sammy and the whole front office and our wholesale team jumped in to help. Our warehouse team kept everything organized. Kathy, our manager, kept everybody organized. It was an amazing thing to watch happen. So thanks to everybody. And then we had some fantastic designers join us each day. So on day one, we had Megan Andrew, we had Jennifer McGuire and Mindy Egan join us. And that was kind of our launch day where we launched the box. Day 2, we had Rebecca Keppel and Mindy Egan. Day 3, we had CZ, Kathy Zilski, and Mindy Egan. I'm going to say and Mindy Egan on every single one of these. Day 4, it was Ania Yeneral and Mindy Egan. Day 5, Lisa Hetrick and Mindy. Day 6, Jennifer came back again and did another video, and Mindy did another video. Day 7 was Megan again, Megan Andrew and Mindy. Day 8 was Lisa Hetrick again and Mindy. Day 9 was Ania again and Mindy. Day 10 was Kathy Zilski again and Mindy. Day 11 was Rebecca Keppel again and Mindy. And then on day 12, it was just me and Mindy. So it was so much fun. We had a great time doing those videos for you. And I would highly encourage you to look at Mindy Egan, Jennifer McGuire, Kathy Zilski, Ania Yeneral, Lisa Hetrick, Megan Andrew, and Rebecca Keppel's YouTube channels. And if you're not subscribed to them, which I'm sure you all are, but if you're not, check them out and subscribe to them because they were so generous with their time. And then I just want to do a shout out because I was perusing the internet tonight, just taking a look at what else was out there. And there were actually 5, is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 other crafters that did videos featuring the 12 Days of Christmas box. Diane Zawald from Creative Cat Crafts, she did a daily video on her channel featuring the 12 Days box. Annette Stevens from AS Card Design, she did videos featuring the 12 Days box. There's a YouTube channel called Soup Crafts. Now, I don't know that that lady's actual name because she starts her videos saying, hey, everybody, I'm Soup. So it's Soup Crafts. That might be her name. I don't know. But she did videos each day. And then there's EGI Designs. She did kind of an unboxing each day. Call Me Crafty Al, that's Alicia. She did a whole series of Advent and 12 Days of Christmas boxes. So she did everybody's box and she opened up like, I don't know, she had like 6, 7, maybe more than that, Advent calendar boxes and 12 Days of Christmas boxes. And each day she opened one to show you what you got in every one of those boxes. So that was really interesting to watch, to see what other companies were doing. And then Catherine Cartwright Craft, she unboxed everything in one day and she put a big spoiler alert on her video. So if you didn't want to see what was in there, she did the whole thing in one day before we even got started. So if you want to watch any of their videos, I'll link their channels in this video when I get home tonight so that you can find their channels and you can check it out. So thanks to those crafters too for participating. Some of them made projects every day. Others just showed how the things looked when they were out of the package and cut out. So very, very fun. So Tom,
howdy.
You said earlier that there was a lady in our group. Do you have her name over there?
Yes, I do. Beth?
Yes, Beth. Beth, was it Nyrode?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So Beth did a lyrics to the 12 Days of Craftmas, And she used all Gina K Designs products, and if you sang it, you could sing it to the actual song, The 12 Days of Christmas. So check that out in our Facebook group. It's just adorable. Another shout out to Beth for that. That was really cute. And if we had had more time and we knew that Beth was going to do that, we would have tried to record that. That would have been really fun. But Tom's been working on a little thing, and he's got a song for you to wrap up the 12 days of Christmas.
Yes, this is definitely a wrap-up song.
This is a wrap-up song. Now, it's not wrapping up because we have our release party that we're going to just kick off right after this song. But this is the wrap-up song for the Gina K 12 Days of Christmas. So, Tom, you tell me when you're ready.
Okay. I am ready.
All right. And this really has kind of a, I don't want to get, it has like a, I'll just say a theme park vibe, and you'll know what I'm talking about. All right. Ready, Tom?
All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Get in the mood here.
All righty. It's coming.
These 12 days of Christmas were so much fun. An ornate frame for everyone. Paper hugs so cute and bright. Connect, glitter, hold, sequins tight. The tiniest greeting to grace your tag. Glitter adorns your box of swag. The chalet background stamped in green, and 20 hours fit for a queen. Birthday wishes, drops of spatter while we share our festive chatter. Gates of folding magnolia flowers. These 12 days of Christmas, what precious hours.
Oh my gosh. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. You're crying. Yay, Tom. That was great. That was a beautiful song. Tom and I collaborated on all of those lyrics one night while I was up to my eyeballs making cards. And come on. I'm so sad that the 12 days is over. I can't even begin to tell you. I'm all misty and stuff. But we're going to do it again, and 2026 is right around the corner, and we've got so much fun on the horizon, including tonight. It is time now for our December 2025 release party. Yes! Woo! And tonight we are going to be joined by Melanie Menschinger, Deborah Warner, and Lisa Hetrick. So, before we get started, let's take a look at the brand new incentives that just started tonight. Check it out here. So, the first one that you can get tonight is this beautiful special delivery stamp set. It has the cutest little bird sitting on top of a mailbox. This brings to mind a little bit of spring, right? We want spring. I'm ready for spring. Once Christmas is over, I'm done. I'm done with snow. I want spring. And this has, hope you are doing well. I've been thinking about you, sending a little love your way, and hello, friend. This stamp set is yours with any purchase of $75 or more in merchandise. So there'll be a special pop-up that pops up on the screen once your order qualifies. If you like this one, pop it into your cart. Now, there's also a coordinating die that is available separately for purchase if you like to die cut your stamps. And so this is one of the choices right here. Now, our second incentive is this adorable set called String of Love. And this is perfect for any time of the year because hearts are appropriate any time of the year. But I have to say, it is also a very cute set for Valentine's Day. It's got this little cluster of heart balloons, and then it's got a string of hearts here that you can use as a background stamp if you stamp it all the way down your card. Then it's got 3 greetings here. You are my happy place. You are so loved. You are always in my heart. And there's also a coordinating die set that you can purchase separately. Again, it cuts out everything in the set. And this one is also available with any purchase of $75 or more. So if you want them both and you have several things that you want, you can divide up your purchases and break them into 2 $75 orders, and you can get both of them. Then we also have our regular white cardstock that is now available once again. So these are the 2 new incentives. Very excited about these. I think these are going to make some really cute cards. Okay, now I'm going to show you a couple stamp sets by some of our illustrators that aren't here this evening. The first one I want to show you is this stamp set. Let me just zoom out a little bit. This is a fantastic stamp and die set by Beth Saleka. So Beth does really, really beautiful scripty kinds of stamp sets, and I love any kind of stamp set that has an inside and an outside greeting. Deborah Warner has a whole series of these. I have some, and Beth has some. And this one is called Thankful Inside and Out. I think it's a perfect time for a thank you set because as we wrap up the holidays, you may want to send some thank you cards out for some of the gifts you get. And also a thank you set is always relevant in your craft room. So you have, you could do you are kind. You could do you are blessed if you want to for another reason. And then you have grateful, so very. So you could do so very grateful, so very thankful. Thanks, kind, give, with, for you, blessed, and thank you. So thankful and blessed, grateful and blessed. You can mix and match all of these bigger greetings for the outside of your cards. And then you have all these inside greetings. And I'm going to read them to you because they're a little hard to see on the screen. Okay, just a little note to say a big thank you. Thank you for going above and beyond. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your kindness truly made a difference. I'm so thankful for your generosity and thoughtfulness. Your support means more to me than words can express. I feel incredibly blessed to have someone like you in my life. Thank you for being there when I needed it the most. Your kindness didn't go unnoticed. You truly have a gift for making people feel special. You made my day brighter. I sincerely appreciate your help and support, and thanks a million. What a great thank you set. And of course, you may have other thank you like dies or big thanks, big words of thanks. You can mix and match them with any of these inside greetings. So then we also have a die set that cuts all of the outside greetings and all of the inside greetings. Because honestly, some of these inside greetings would be perfect on the outside of your card. Your kindness didn't go unnoticed. That's a great greeting to put on the outside of the card. Or maybe you're doing a tag and you want to have a little bit more than just the word thanks on that tag. You can die cut everything in this set. So this set is now available in our store at GinaKDesigns.com. And Beth, you knocked it out of the park. You absolutely did. I love this set, and I also really love the font. It's very clean, and it's very simple, and I love that. I think it'll just match with any other gratitude greeting that you have. So that is the new Thankful Inside and Out by Beth Saleka. Alrighty. So now the next stamp set I want to show you is super cute. Oh my goodness, it is so adorable. Dina Gerner knows what to do when it comes to cute. So Dina draws these cute little animals, and they all mix and match with each other. So if you have any of her other animals, you can create cards with a whole crowd. Like maybe you're doing a retirement card and you want to have like 5 or 6 kind of, some behind, some in front of the pack. Well, this one is called Heart of the Forest, and it's got the cutest little animals in here. And they come in pairs. So you can also use this for weddings, for anniversaries, for Valentine's Day, because you can put them into pairs, like the little deer and the little doe, right? You could put them, and she just made them look, oh my gosh, they've got the cutest little faces. So these are perfect. She's got a little greenery in here, and then she's got thinking of you, find beauty in every day, hello friend, grateful our paths crossed. I love that. That's such a great card to send to a friend, and you are loved. And then we have a die set that coordinates with this stamp set that will cut every single one of these images out. So this is such a cute set if you're planning on making Valentine's Day cards. And I know a lot of you make Valentines for your kids or your grandkids. These images are cute enough that they could be mixed and matched with Valentine's greetings and perfect for school-age kids, or making cards for your very best friend where, you just want to tell them that you're just so grateful that your paths crossed in life. Or for your husband, your wife, your love of your life, however you want to do it. So Heart of the Forest is now available. Dina, I love this one. I think it might be one of my favorites, actually. One of my favorite little animal sets. So cute. Heart of the Forest, now available at GinaKDesigns.com. Okay, so now we have another set from Hannah Drapinski. And this set is gorgeous. When I think of Valentine's Day and I think of winter flowers, I tend to think of roses. Roses are good for anything. They're good for weddings. They're good for anything. And this is absolutely a beautiful set. Now is the time to start thinking about those early spring weddings that are on the horizon. And some people get married around Valentine's Day too. So this is a great wedding set that can also be used for anniversaries and for Valentine's Day. Also, I wish I had had this set back last summer, not the summer that just passed, but the summer before that when Rena got engaged, Rena and Brian, because I don't have an engagement greeting that I'm aware of, at least one that's quite so bold. And I think that this would have been a great stamp set to send them a card. So it's got these two beautiful, it's got this rose and then it's got this sideway version of the rose. They're nice and big. They can be great for fancy folds, for tags, for anything like that. And then beautiful for coloring. Then the greetings are congratulations, happily ever after, wishing you a lifetime of love and happiness, happy anniversary. And then you can mix that congratulations on your engagement or on your wedding. And then here's one. We may be miles apart, but you're always close to my heart. I feel like this is the kind of Valentine's Day card that I will make for my friends. Just something with that kind of sentiment. Because I don't only send Valentine's cards to Tom. That's not enough.
I was gonna say, it sounded like you were gonna say me. You were gonna give it to me, and I don't know where I'm gonna be yet.
I'm sending you miles away so I can send you this card. And then also, I miss you, and you could put I miss you on the front, and then do this one in the inside, and then I love you. So this one also has a die, and look at the way Brian designed this die. He designed it with all the cutouts. I love that. I love that when it comes to these kinds of flowers, where it stands apart from the background, but you can still see the background inside. Beautiful. He did that with this one too. So Brian designs all of our coordinating dies, and our illustrators draw all of the stamp sets. So it's really neat. They send him the stamp sets and then he makes the dies to coordinate with them. Love this one. This is a great basic for your collection because it's got all the appropriate kinds of greetings for anniversaries, weddings, and engagements, and more. Happily Ever After wishes now in our store at GinaKDesigns.com. All right, I have one more to show you, and I love this one too. This is a gorgeous new set by Argita. It's called Blissful Blossoms. Look at this set. And look at this font. Come on. Isn't that gorgeous? That font with that big loopy. Woo! Beautiful. So this is a huge dahlia style flower that can be used for fancy fold cards. It can be used for bigger 5x7 cards and A6 cards. It'll also fit nicely on an A2 because you can have it coming in from the corner. And it has a beautiful on your wedding day, thinking of you during this difficult time, sending love and happy thoughts. Hello, friend. Happy birthday. And thankful for you and all that you do. So isn't that beautiful? I'm telling you what, I love this flower and I will use this flower for sure. When I have flowers like this, I love to use them with gold embossing powder, like on navy, silver embossing powder on navy. I don't always color. I'm not super big on the coloring, but I think these kinds of images are so striking when they're just embossed, because especially with our fine detail powders, because all of that beautiful detail shows through. And then I will be using these fonts over and over and over again, these greetings, because this font knocks my socks off. And can you see the way Brian designed the dies so that that loop cuts out in the center? It's not just going to be a big white panel. It's going to cut right around that loopiness for all of these. So this set is spectacular, and I am in love with it. Love the flower. I love a dahlia. I can't get enough dahlias. I think that they are spectacular. And all of those greetings. And these greetings will work really nicely with the greetings in this set too. Because you could do, on your wedding day, and then inside you could put wishing you a lifetime of love and happiness. So you can mix and match these together. And I feel like we needed some good wedding sets. We needed some good anniversary style sets that would work really, really well for the upcoming Valentine's and spring season. So this Blissful Blossoms is now available in our store at GinaKDesigns.com. All right. So now we've got our next illustrator, and she is actually in the wings tonight. We've got her. She's going to talk about this set, but you guys know that I'm all into tea now, right? I have been loving my daily stop and pour myself a cup of tea. Well, Lisa knew it. So Lisa Hetrick designed Simplicity and Joy. It's a stamp set. There's a coordinating die set and coordinating coloring stencil. So I'm not going to say any more about this. I'm going to let her tell you all about this gorgeous set. So let's welcome her to the program, Lisa Hetrick.
Hi friends, it's Lisa Hetrick. Hi Gina. Hi Tom. Hello everyone. Welcome to our December release party. I'm super excited to share my brand new stamp set with you tonight called Simplicity and Joy. Let's dive in and take a look. Okay, friends, here is Simplicity and Joy. Holy smokes, friends. I know I say this every month, but this might be my favorite. Okay, so we have a brand new stamp set. Here are all of our elements in the stamp set. You can tell that it's already well loved. You can see that I've been using it. I've got a lot of inspiration to share with you. But this set is called Simplicity and Joy, and it is a tea set for those quiet moments to brighten your day. I've got the tea tin, some orange leafery and different pieces for our orange blossoms, some backgrounders, some really fun sentiments. Let your worries steep away, zest for life, one cup at a time. I love spending quality time with you, a little bit punny. Time to blossom and unwind. like you would with a cup of tea. I'm a huge tea fan, friends. I love, love, love tea. So this was kind of inspired by one of the things that I love so much and that I enjoy in my quiet times. And this is a little citrus cheer to brighten your day. Super, super fun set. There's also a coordinating stencil set for coloring. The big tea tin, the cups, the orange blossoms, this really fun banner, and the orange blossoms here. And there's a coordinating die set to go along with it. And you can see that there's a die for pretty much every stamp in this set, with the exception of the little tea leaves and the little like tea dots. So those are like extra little filler pieces for your projects. Okay, friends, let's dive in and take a look at the inspiration. Here is a really fun pattern that I created with the orange blossoms and the leafery, paired it up with a little citrus cheer to brighten your day, die cutting out that sentiment, added a little bit of watercolor just to create a really fun and easy card. And you can see the 3 little dots that I have in there. They're really, really perfect for adding a little extra something to your card, a little extra texture, a little bit of extra energy in the card. It's just super fun. Okay, here is another example of creating a pattern look with the branches and all of the leafery and the blossoms, and also adding in the coordinating coloring stencil. I had a lot of fun with mixing up the marigold and tangerine twist and taking some of the greens and yellows and stenciling them into the leafery to create this really, really fun card. Okay, what I really, really love about the set is some of the level of simplicity. So we can go from a really intense looking pattern card with a lot of detail and a lot of things going on to something really clean and simple using that frame. What's really fun about the frame is that it has, the die will cut out the entire frame, and you'll have like the inside and the outside of the die. So you can create, if you like to do shaker cards and things like that, you would be able to create that look with this really beautiful frame. And a little citrus cheer to brighten your day. Just a really clean and simple card. Comes together super quick. Love it. Okay, here we go. Zest for Life, 1 cup at a time. Really had a lot of fun with this, adding the stencil coloring elements and also using that background frame to just kind of pull it all together and create this really fun teacup card. And here's another fun teacup card I wanted to share with you. In the stamp set, I have the little blossoms that pop out of the teacup, which is super, super fun. Again, gives us the ability to create this really easygoing, simple card with the teacup, a little bit of leafery, a really fun sentiment, and I popped on some of those, my favorite embellishments. I just love those little dots. They're so cute. Okay, now we're getting into some more detailed cards using the tea tin. And what I really like about the tea tin is that it's wide open. So you're going to be able to use any of the coloring mediums that are your favorite to use. Mine is watercolor, but of course I have this coordinating stencil that will also help you do some coloring in that wide open space. It's also perfect for you to stamp within. All of the elements in the stamp set fit inside the tea tin, so they will coordinate really well if you wanted that one layer kind of look. And I'll be sharing that technique in some upcoming tutorials. And I just love this, let your worries steep away, and using both of the sentiments, time to blossom and unwind, let your worries steep away, and just having those cute little tea leaves just kind of go across the bottom there. It's super fun. Okay, here is just another fun card. I can see me like using these elements for lots of different things. For shower cards, for like birthday cards, things like that, where it's just a really clean and simple look. We've got this teacup here and the little blooms, and then I masked off the teacup to create that little background behind it. And the banner element is also a stamp and a die, so you can cut that out. And the time to blossom and unwind fits in there perfectly. I just love that. Okay, here's my last card I wanted to share with you. I love spending quality time with you. How fun would this be to send to a friend or a family member? So super cute. Got this background tea tin that I just did a little bit of marker work on it just to kind of have it be like that silver tin look. Added the blossoms, and this is what I was talking about with the orange blossoms and the leafy and how they fit inside. So you can anchor that stamp very easily, like in the corners, and you're able to create a pattern on the tea tin. Just nested it with a little bit of the tea dots, the sentiment, a couple little embellishments, and the teacup. So super, super fun. Okay, friends, as with all of my stamp sets, I have a brand new card idea sheet for simplicity and joy. And I just noticed that I need to change that title for this, so that will be changed. You can grab this card idea sheet at indigojadeart.com and click on the freebies. And I will also post it in the Gina K Designs Facebook group in the files section. And this free download has 8 card ideas, and it also has the coordinating stencil guide where I show you how the stamp, the stencil, and the combination of the coloring stencil works. So it just gives you a little guide, a little roadmap for how all of the elements work. So this is a 4-part downloadable PDF that's free to you. And again, you can grab that at indigojadeart.com. Under click on freebies, or head on over to the Gina K Designs Facebook group and grab it in the files section. Okay, friends, let's take another look at the stamp set and the die set. So we have Simplicity and Joy, and you can see mine is so well loved. And I can just see me creating with this for days to come. And here, days and weeks and months and years to come. And here is the Simplicity and Joy coordinating die set. I love how these come packaged now with the tape. You can just easily pop your dies right back on it for that double-sided tape and just kind of keep everything together. And then here is the coordinating stencil that goes with it. Okay, friends, that's Simplicity and Joy for our December Gina K Designs release. I cannot wait to share more tutorials with you. And as we head into the holiday week, I will be coming back live next week with a brand new tutorial using this stamp set and a mashup of something else in my collection. So I will make sure that I head into the Gina K Designs group and let everybody know when I'm going to be going live. Or if you're on my email list, you'll get that information. But it will be next week, and we'll have a brand new card tutorial, live tutorial together. Friends, I want to express my gratitude for such an amazing year of support and inspiration. I've had so much fun creating with you and creating and illustrating for you and trying to bring a little bit more joy into our daily lives. And I cannot thank you enough for being a part of that. So as we head into this holiday week, I want to wish everyone happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I will see you next time. Thanks, friends. Bye now.
Oh, Lisa, this is my favorite set that you've ever drawn. I absolutely love it so much. I was giddy looking at your cards. And the first thing I have to say, I just have to elaborate just a little bit on this set because I love it. I mean, I'm not giving these back to the warehouse. These are mine. I'm taking these. But I have to show you one of the things that I love about this banner die. Sorry, my sleeves are all like leggy. That you did a coloring stencil to color in the banner. And guys, think of all of the small strip sentiments that we have. All you have to do is put them on your MISTI and bend them. And you could stamp just a zillion different little strip sentiments that you have in your collection right into that banner. So you're not going to be limited to just what is here, which is great. I love this. Time to blossom and unwind. It's the perfect greeting. But little happy birthday greetings. Think of all the little greetings that we have in our collection that we say, it's a little bit small. Perfect for this banner. You can just bend them right in there. And I love it. Lisa, this set is fantastic. I cannot wait to create with it myself. So thank you so much. And Lisa, thank you so much for all of the beautiful images, all of the beautiful stamps, dies, stencils, everything that you have brought to Gina K Designs in 2025. And we cannot wait to see what you bring to us in 2026. Have a wonderful holiday. All right. That was great. I love it. So our next illustrator is Debbie Warner. And Debbie did something different this time. Normally, Debbie draws stamps for us. But this time, Debbie did a die set. And she did a die set that we really, really needed at Gina K Designs. This is going to enable you to customize your cards. And I know of a few future products that are coming out in future releases that are going to work perfectly with this. So make sure you don't miss out. This is Debbie's new set. It's this large alphabet. We just called it large alphabet because we don't even have an alphabet. And when I say large, I mean large. These are big letters. So I'm not going to say anything more about this. I'm going to just let her tell you all about it. Let's welcome her to the program, Debbie Warner.
Hello, everybody. It's Debbie Warner here for Gina K Designs. It's December 2025, and this is our release party. Gina and Tom, thank you for having me. As you know, I'm always so excited to be here. I have been seeing you guys a little bit, and it's been so nice. I've been filling in at the warehouse to help out a little bit because I live close, and this is a very busy time of year for Gina K Designs, so I am happy to help out packing orders when I can. All right, you guys, let me tell you about my new set. It's not a stamp set. No, it's a die set. I created an alphabet die set. It is so versatile. These are big letters. They measure about 1.25 inches. So they're quite big. They're great for making posters. Teachers would love them. I have cut them with felt, and I had a really cool sample to show you, and I can't find it. I had it here 2 minutes before I started, and I'm sure it will show up 2 minutes when I'm done. But anyway, it does cut felt. I had to try a few times with the intercut, and I think I had it on tight 3, and it cut beautifully for me. It depends on your felt though, so you may have to play with that a little bit. I have also made banners on some ribbon, and then I glued happy birthday, and I don't have that here because it's hanging on my girlfriend's front door. So I also made a bunch of cards. I only have 3 behind me because the other ones were all holiday cards, and seeing that it's December, I've sent them already. So all right, let me talk to you a little bit about some of my samples. I did photograph my Christmas cards before I sent them out. So here we go. To make sure I had my letters lined up properly, I laid them across my grid mat, and then I taped them. Once I taped them together, I was able to flip them over, add my liquid glue, and then they were easy to transfer to my card project. And here you can see that joy on my card. I used Master Layouts 12, and on the silver panel used our Holiday Flora embossing folder, and then finished it off with our clear quartz sequence. On this fun and merry Christmas card, I used red velvet, fresh asparagus, and craft for my cardstocks. I used the Swiss dot embossing folder. I edged it and swiped across it with my red velvet ink pad. The Christmas is from our Merry Christmas and Shadow die. I just cut off the Merry, and then I used a little gold pearl for the top of the eye. On this card, I used red velvet and fresh asparagus and some white. I still had some of the metallic gold that we used to sell, so I used that. And I cut out that little village using Winter Wonderland die set. I then used my Stardust Jelly Roll pen to put some snow in the background. On this card, my cardstock colors are Red Hot Key Lime and white. I used our tapestry embossing folder and swiped cherry red across it just to deepen the contrast a little bit. 'Tis the Season was used for those holly berries, and I did those in key lime and red hot as well. On this jolly card, I used Christmas pine and white for my cardstocks. The ink choices were Christmas pine for the greeting, which came from Here Comes Santa Claus, and then cherry red for the diagonal stripe. I was going for a candy cane feel on this one. And here is the happy birthday banner I created and hung on my girlfriend's door for her birthday. I just went with some really bright colors. I love how it turned out. This birthday card is for my grandson. His birthday is on Valentine's Day, so I wanted to tie in a little bit of Valentine's Day. So I used our Happy Hearts embossing folder on this one. I did turn the Asher into a shaker card and filled that up with some seed beads and some sequins. Happy Birthday comes from Say It Large, and that is stamped in turquoise sea. On this Get Well card, I used key lime, moonlit fog, and white for my cardstock. That is our heartfelt snowflake 3-layer stencil in apple mint, key lime, and moonlit fog. The well that you see is from Say It Large. I just cut that out of the Get Well greeting that is in that set. And I popped up both the well and the Get with some craft foam, and I edged Get with a little makeup brush and the moonlit fog just to have those letters pop a little bit more. This card, my cardstock colors are Kelly Green, Petunia, and white. The stencil is brand new. It's called Divine Rose, and it is so much fun to work with. The colors on my rose are Bubblegum Pink and Petunia, Emerald Coast, and Kelly Green. And then I used our lattice embossing folder. Always like that one. So there you have it. As you can see, they are really versatile letters, and they're fun because you can spell absolutely anything as long as you have the space for it. They are a little big for A2, but I did get it to work on quite a few cards, and I had some, that one was an two of them I think were A6, and then I had a 5x7. So if you're looking to make a little bit bigger card, you know, it might work really well for you. So I always have a favorite, and I loved my holiday cards. I really did. But my grandson Asher is having a birthday on Valentine's Day. My brother's birthday is on Valentine's Day too. And I always make them Valentine birthday cards. But this year I thought, no, I'm going to make Asher a shaker card. And so I had cut those out ahead of time. And then I went ahead and there's actually seed beads and sequins in there. So that's for him. Another thing I really like to do is I've got it on this one. Is that I bought craft foam, a big roll of it, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, and I'm still working my way through it. But I used that to cut the letters out and the well to pop those up a little bit. And then I took one of the colors, which was Moonlit Fog from here, and I took a literally a makeup sponge, and I just went around the letters so that they would pop out a little bit. But I really like that look, and you don't lose the beautiful stencil behind that. So all kinds of fun things you can do with these letters. I hope you enjoy them. And I really want to thank you for being here. I know this is an extremely busy time for everybody. I mean, Christmas is just a few days away. And I want to wish you and your families all the best for the rest of this year and for 2026. You guys mean the world to me. I do this because of you. And thank you so much. Happy holidays. Bye.
Debbie, you are so cute. She's just so adorable, isn't she? I loved that shaker card. To think about cutting those letters out and using the negative left behind to put that acetate behind there and making it a shaker card, because the letters are big. Somebody was asking in the chat how big they are. They're 1¼ inches. So they are big. They're not too big though. They're big, but not too big. So 1¼ inches for each of these letters. And I loved Debbie's tip about cutting the letters out and then laying them out on her grid and putting that tape on top. You could also use masking magic strip to do that and flip it over, put the glue on, then they're all spaced perfectly. That was a brilliant tip, Debbie. Thank you so much for that. I think these are great too, even if you just want to make like some stationery that's a little bit more dimensional. You could just put your initials on there. You could always put somebody's initials on the card. And then you can also just do really small words like hi or hello, which is a relatively small word. It's only 5 letters. And again, I like that they are bigger because you can use them for 5x7 cards, which we're all getting into, and those A6 cards too. So this is a great set. I love that we now have a large alphabet in our collection. And there are so many ways to color these letters and do techniques on the cardstock before you cut the letters out to add texture and patterns and ink blending fades and stuff. So this is going to be a really great set to have. So thank you, Debbie, for making something that's also not too frilly. So it works great for anybody on your card making list, but still interesting enough that it's just not a plain block letter. It's got a little bit of flair to it, like that U and the Q. It's a little bit more pizzazzy. So I love this. The large alphabet now available at GinaKDesigns.com. And Debbie, thank you so much for making time to do the video. Merry Christmas to you and your family too. We're so grateful to have you on our team, and we cannot wait to see what you come up with in 2026. All right, well, we have our last illustrator waiting for us today. Arjita couldn't make it. With the way the mail is right now, we could not get her stamp set in time, but I am sure that she's gotten it since, and I'm sure she will be making cards and sharing them in the Facebook group and on Instagram. So you know she's going to knock it out of the park. So stay tuned for Arjita's cards. But right now we have Melanie Menschinger, and she has created a set that I think so many of you are going to love. This set is called God Will, and it's got this fantastic, I mean, this is big. Like, this is your card, right? And you can fill this empty banner in with so many things, and I'm not going to say much more other than the die set cuts everything out, so you can really create a lot of dimension with this set. So let's welcome her to the program, because you know she's going to knock it out of the park. Welcome, Melanie Menschinger.
Hey everyone, Melanie Menschinger here. Thank you so much for joining us for our December release party. I'm thrilled to be sharing my newest set from Gina K Designs with you, God Will, which contains this beautiful banner, images, and greetings that are going to remind you and all of your card recipients about the promises of God. So I want to jump right into the samples and just tell you a little bit more about the set. I didn't realize when I submitted it several months ago it would end up being our December release, and I'm just thrilled with how perfectly that aligns with celebrating Jesus' birth at Christmas time. So let's get into the samples. The first one that I want to show you, I used the coordinating die set for this. We'll cut out all the words and that beautiful border. This is the first card that I made with it, and it says, God will be with you. So I stamped that onto white cardstock and cut it out with the coordinating dies. Cuts out all the words and the images in that set. And then I used the new Divine Rose stencil for filling in this background with some beautiful pinks and greens behind that. And it just reminds me of a beautiful vintage concert t-shirt, or maybe some Bible journaling, having those flowers in the background. And then I used those 2 little butterflies that are included in the set to just be lighting on the words or on the flowers around that. I just love this card so much. And I put this on the warm glow and then use that scallop die from the master layouts. Love how this card turned out. No color in here, just a little bit of blending. The next one, I've got a portrait style layout, and I stamped my banner onto some of the black onyx cardstock, and then I embossed it with some of the Gina K champagne powder, and that just looks glorious there. I just love that shine and that embossing. I love the font in here, and I noticed a lot of people mentioned that they loved it too in her sneak peek. I wanted to share a calligraphy that was just really regal and would look like a royal proclamation for decreeing all these promises of God. I've also got this little sunburst here that works great as a decorative motif or just a very hopeful sun coming up. And then I die cut 2 of the little doves that are included in that set. So this one says, God will answer you. And this is on the blue raspberry cardstock. The next one that I did, I stamped this directly onto my innocent pink paper, the God will banner, and then I cut it out after stamping it again on the white, and then just trimmed that banner out so that the white banner would really pop, and I layered it over the pink stamping that I did here. I also put one of the longer, smaller strip sentiments. These are all shaped die cut out with those dies, and these are great for putting below, above the banner, or inside your card. So lots of great inside sentiments here. The ones that I have included are Don't Give Up Hope, Waiting on a Miracle, Blessings on the Way, and Joining You in Prayer. And these are just perfect for so many different things. I have God Will Always Love You, kind of just a love theme with the pink. And then I put those little flower flourishes around it. So you can create all kinds of wonderful borders, decorate the inside, the back, or even the envelopes of your cards. For this next one, I wanted to show one without the banner, but with one of those strip sentiments. So we've got Blessings on the Way here. Again, I used that Scallop Master Layouts die, and I used the dies in the coordinating set to cut out that flower flourish and then the little butterflies. So you can put these above and below, on the sides, at the corners, at a diagonal. There's just so many ways to frame these sentiments. And then I cannot find it in the store, but I used this beautiful kind of flourishy stencil of Gina's on some of the Peach Bellini cardstock, and that is the coral reef that I did the blending. So such a pretty way to frame that up, and such a simple, quick card, really, although it looks like I spent a lot of time on it. The next 2 that I want to share are ones that I did where I layered the banner onto some of my frame stamps. I think it works wonderfully for that. I just love this huge banner image. So the first one, I've got this on my butterfly frame, along with one of the little butterflies from that set. And I stamped the God Will banner in some of the soft stone ink. And then I added the comfort in there in the black to really make it stand out. So I layered that die cut over the butterfly frame, and this is all blended with some of the sea glass, I believe that's the mango, sweet mango, and then some of the passionate pink and the plum punch. So love how that one turned out. This last one is from my recent release, the forest frame set, and I thought it worked so perfectly with this forest background and this nighttime sky. I created a single layer base here that I stamped the forest frame, directly on with some of the jet black ink. Then I did a little bit of blending with some of the blue denim and the plum punch, a little bit of the pink, just for some variety there. So we've got that beautiful sky, and then again, those little birds, and I have God Will Provide for You. I just love these cards so much, and I can't wait to see what everyone is going to make, our guest designers, so many different ways that you can use these. I'm going to have this inspiration sheet in our files section for the Gina K group. It's going to be a free PDF, and it shows you all these different layouts that you can create, portrait and landscape style, with the God Will set. I just want to say, I wish that I could send a Christmas card to each and every one of you with this set. Love you all so much, and I want you to know how much Jesus loves you. If you are a seeker, if you're a believer, just know that Jesus wants to have a personal relationship with you. If you have questions about that, please message me. There's nothing more that I can do on this earth that's more important than telling people about him and how he's changed my life and how he can change your life. Love you all. I'm going to get all choked up, but have a wonderful Merry Christmas. Have a great party tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you love this set. Bye-bye.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Melanie. Thank you so much for this beautiful set. I know that there are so many people in the chat thread and people that come into our Facebook group, and they kind of have a mission where they make cards for their church. They make cards for some of the senior citizen, the different places where senior citizens live when they can't get out. So I think this set is going to be so good for that too. This beautiful set, God will. And somebody was asking if this was an uppercase or a lowercase g. This is an uppercase G. In this same font, you can see what the lowercase g would look like. You can tell that this is the uppercase because it's got the G, the uppercase G, but then it's got decorative swirls around it that just give it so much interest. And then here in that same font is what the lowercase g would look like. So Melanie knows she would never spell it with a lowercase g for sure. So this is a beautiful set. I love these strip sentiments in here. Don't give up hope. Joining you in prayer. Blessings on the way. I think that there's so much encouragement to be had in this set. So this one is now available in our store at GinaKDesigns.com. Thank you again to Brian for look at that size of that die set. Holy cow, that's a big die set. I love the way all of these cut out. Just so beautiful. And Melanie, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you so much for all of the years and years and years. Melanie was my very first illustrator. Years we've been together. And Melanie, thank you so much for everything that you have provided to inspire everybody here at Gina K Designs. And we can't wait to see what you come up with for 2026. All right, everybody. Well, we had some fantastic sets so far tonight, stamps and dies. And there is one more product to show you before the night is over, and that is this beautiful stencil bundle. It's by my daughter Alicia, and it is called Divine Rose. Divine Rose. Now, I told you earlier how much I love roses for the winter. I think roses are an amazing flower, and you saw Melanie made a beautiful card with it. Lisa made a beautiful card with it. Debbie used it as well. These are taped together. We make sure that we tape them together so we don't lose anything. I just wanted to show you what the die looks like, so I am going to untape it here. But you can see it's a big die, and it's got some of the details cut out up in here, which really makes those flowers stand out against the background. And then this is a 4-piece layering stencil. When I presented this idea to my daughter, she went right to work with me. We always have an art meeting once a month. We get coffee, and she shares her screen with me, and I tell her what I want, and she works away. And then once we get it the way we want it, then she makes it ready for production, sends it off to Brian, and then Brian makes a die to coordinate with it when we do that. And this one I am in love with. I think that roses are perfect for any time of the year. They're great in the winter. They're gorgeous in the summer. They're great for weddings, anniversaries. They're beautiful for sympathy cards. So it's just one of those flowers that is a timeless classic. And I think everybody needs this. This is sized really nicely for A2 cards. So I decided to make 2 A2 cards for you tonight. I just didn't have, I only had 2 cards left in me after these 12 days, but I love what I made, so I want to show them to you. So the first one I want to show you is this blue one. So what I did was, and see how nice that looks on an A2 card? Now, You're going to see Mindy Egan, because Mindy's an overachiever. Mindy also used this, but I think she did it on a bigger card because she used 2 of these and she kind of staggered them, and it's gorgeous. Her card is stunning. So make sure you check out what Mindy made after this live tonight. But I think that this is the perfect size for A2 cards. And a lot of our layered stencils are a little bit big, and you have to cut something off. You don't have to cut anything off of this. So if you're looking for that 4-piece, that layering stencil that's perfect for A2, and A2 is what you make the most of, this is a perfect size. Now, the colors that I used were blue sky and powder blue, and then I used jelly bean green and fresh asparagus. I used Master Layouts 18, and I bumped up that frame. I cut a couple of them and just stacked them so this panel sunk in there more like a shadow box. And then I used our Sea, Sun, and Sky stencil to create a cloud background, because I thought that it just needed a little something in the background. And then I just popped that on there once I cut it out with the die. Now I'm going to show you next week, I'm going to be using this stencil set in my video, which I'll be telling you about in a little bit. But I'll show you the technique to get this perfectly centered. But I just love the size of this. And I'm going to talk to Alicia about doing a few more of these layered stencils that are just a hair smaller, because I love that it fits right on that card. Now, the greeting that I used is from our Elegant Greetings, and then I used some of those crystal clear sequins that we have in our store and that were also part of the 12 Days box. And they're just so delicate and pretty and flat. And this card will mail very easily because it's raised up with some foam squares, but it's not too thick. So I thought that was a really pretty birthday card. Let me zoom in a little bit. My flaps on my clothes are getting in my way and starting to annoy me. I'm getting punchy. All right, so I made this card and I made one more card. I used the gift from our 12 Days of Christmas box. I used the glorious gatefolds. And I had showed you a layout, but I never made a card using it, so I decided to make it the card using that layout with this rose. So here I used Sun-Kissed Coral and Red Hot. So, and I did Red Hot a little bit light-handed, so it didn't look too dark. You could have also used Coral Reef, but I didn't have that ink pad with me, so I had to use Red Hot with a lighter hand. And then, if you remember, I used the glorious gatefolds, and I put one of the smaller ones up here, one at the bottom, and then I left this open in here for a greeting. So that's where I focused my strip sentiment greeting in there. This greeting is from our Delicate Dahlias stamp set, but you could use any greeting you want. The greens, again, I used the jelly bean and fresh asparagus, and I added a few little gold sequins in here. And just having that split design and having that white on white in the background, it does kind of feel like an embossing folder a little bit. And you can see how simple that background design was, and then just popping this beautiful stenciled design on top really, really makes it look so elegant. So any of these would make a gorgeous wedding card or an anniversary card, or, you know, a get well card, an encouragement card. This stencil is by far my favorite layered flower that we've ever done. And I think it's because of that size. I just love the size of it. You saw my cards that I made earlier from the free gift, and that was this one. Now, Alicia also designed these. This was in the 12 Days of Christmas box, and they're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. But it fits a little bit better on a 5x7. You can get most of it on there. You have to cut a little bit off. But this particular design is just sized perfectly for A2. But if you want to expand to an A6 or a 5x7, you can cut 2 of them out and then stack them, one going in this direction, one going in the opposite direction, and pop your greeting in the middle, and it'll work just as well. And you'll see Mindy did that with her video, so I can't wait for you to watch that. Oh, and there was a question which stencil Melanie used. Remember when she said, I used this stencil and I couldn't find it on the website? That stencil is called Festive. So if you like that swirly stencil. that she used. That was called Festive. Will the Divine Rose come out in polyglaze? Well, we don't have a plan for that right now, but I can talk to Brian and see if he can come up with something for that. There might be a possibility of bringing some polyglaze in for this, because that certainly would be gorgeous to have sparkle and shine too. All right, well, these are my cards, and that concludes all of the new products. Now, we don't have a kit this month, and I do want to let you know that in January, which is going to be about the third week of January, we have our first kit of the year coming out, and it's going to be a mega kit. Something a little bit new. We're not going to do them all the time. We're going to do our regular card kits, but this one is a mega kit coming up, and I'll tell you more about that in January, because somebody was asking about whether or not we had a card kit this month. We have not had a card kit in October, November, or December. The last big thing we did was our 12 Days of Christmas box, and you guys loved having all of those products so much that we thought we'd kick off the new year with a mega kit to get things going. So that's coming in January, so stay tuned for that. Now, next week, well, this week, the rest of this week is Christmas here and, well, everywhere, and we're not going to be going live, obviously, on Thursday this week. And we were going to take the entire following week off, but Tom and I talked about it a little bit, and instead of Tuesday night going live, and instead of Thursday, which is New Year's Day, going live, Tom and I are going to go live on Wednesday night for New Year's Eve. So we're going to have a New Year's Eve party, and we're going to broadcast from home, and we might even try to get matching PJs. What do you think, Tom? Think that'd be a good idea?
Yeah, baby.
Come on in here. You think we should wear matching PJs?
Of course.
Okay, all right. We got to look for those then.
Just want you to know this is all new to me, the first time hearing this, so...
No, come
Yeah.
on. You said okay. You said it was all right to do it. So, and, you know, we thought it would be really fun because not everybody goes out on New Year's Eve. I certainly don't want to go out anymore. I don't want to be out in the crazy. I know it's really fun to go out on New Year's Eve. So if you're doing that, go out and have a great time. You can always watch the replay. But honestly, I'm a to bed at 8 o'clock kind of girl, except on Tuesday nights. Tuesday nights, I'm pushing it when I'm live. And so I thought it would be, no, I don't think we're going to go through midnight, Joanne. I don't think so. I think we're going to go earlier than that. We will probably, who lied? I never lie. But I think what we're probably going to do is do 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we'll go live for a little bit. I'm going to be using this new stencil. And who knows what kind of shenanigans Tom and I will come up with. We'll come up with some fun things. And that'll just be our end of the year celebration with all of you and a fun way to kick off the new year. So that is the plan. So don't look for us on Tuesday night. Look for us on New Year's Eve instead.
Yeah, and I'm having fun, you know. I'm just playing with it. But a lot of these ideas do come up in the car, in the heat of passing each other in the hallway. And so...
Yeah, it's like, hey, Tom, can you carry this laundry up? Oh, and by the way, I want to go live on New Year's Eve. Okay.
And some of them are just like fleeting ideas that never happen, and some of them just, she has to think more, and then that's it. So just having a bit of fun.
Yeah, we're going to have a great time. It's going to be great. I can't wait. So everybody... If you haven't shopped yet, head over to our store. It's GinaKDesigns.com. Brianne, thank you so much for linking everything. But if you didn't catch her links, you can find it. There it is. There it is. Right there. Everything's backwards on my screen. GinaKDesigns.com. You can click on the What's New filter and everything will show up right in the What's New filter. And don't forget, if you qualify for an incentive, don't forget to pick up your... coordinating die for that. You don't want to forget that because those are fun. Somebody said word of the year. We've got to do a word of the year.
Word of the year is peace.
Yeah, that's the word of the year.
Peace.
Peace. Yes. But we will have fun with the word of the day on New Year's Eve as well. For sure, we will do that. So, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this tonight. Brianne, again, thank you so much for all of your help. And Brianne, I know I just sprung that on you. We do not expect you to be here on New Year's Eve. If you have New Year's Eve plans, we will figure it out, but whatever works for you. But please don't feel pressured. That's just Tom and I being silly. And we're just doing it to have fun and hang out with everybody. And then if you're new to the channel, we would love you to, even if you're not new, you could be a repeat offender. Give the video a thumbs up because it really does help our channel. And then if you're new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit all notifications so you never miss another video. And then head over to our Facebook group because we'd love to have you over there. We're going to be partying over there throughout this week with all of the beautiful samples from our designers. It's called Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. You can find us over there. Just make sure you answer those 3 questions and then agree to the rules because our moderators are always looking to not have bots in there. And we will let you in. We'd love to have you in there. We just think it's a fun place to be. Everybody's over there sharing their love of Gina K Designs products. All right, everybody. Well, you guys all have a wonderful Christmas. Whatever holiday you're celebrating, we hope that it has been joyous for you. And we are very excited to spend our New Year's Eve with you. In the meantime, everybody... What?
Are we giving something away?
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Yes. We are. Thank you for reminding me. I would have felt so bad. We're going to do one more $100 gift card. One more. And tonight, for the very last time, if you get that gift card and you want to trade it in for the 12 Days of Christmas box, you can do that. So... let's give away a gift card, Tom. Are you ready?
Here we go.
Okay.
Big one here. Okay, tonight's winner on the 12th day, Ellen Thompson 5323. Ellen Thompson.
Woo! Ellen! Congratulations, Ellen! Woohoo! Ellen, you are the winner. You get our very last $100 gift card of the year. Well, maybe. We'll see. There is New Year's Eve. But you get the last opportunity to trade that gift card in for a 12 Days of Christmas box. So, whatever you want to do, go ahead and send your name and email address to info@ginakdesigns.com and let them know what you want to do, and they will get that out to you. Now, one thing I have to tell you. We are closed tomorrow. We are also closed on Christmas. And we are very limited with staff on Friday. That's difficult when you have a brand new release. We only have one customer service girl that's going to be able to make it in on Friday. So, if you had any trouble with your order, you had any trouble placing an order, you have a mistake on your order, if you try to call tomorrow or send an email, you're not going to get a response. The earliest you're going to get a response is Friday. It may actually take us till next Monday till our entire staff is back. Please have patience with us. We're not going to be lightning fast until Monday again with getting orders out. So there is time for us to help you out if something goes wrong. But just keep that in mind because over the holidays, it's spotty. People travel. We always say family first in our company. So when people want to spend time with their family for the holidays, we're not going to tell them that they can't do that. That's really important. And it's only an extra day. So keep that in mind. We will get back to you. We will not leave you high and dry. You can call us on Friday. We'll definitely have somebody back here in the office on Friday. If you can't get through or the phone lines are clogged, we will definitely all be back on Monday with full staff. So we will take care of you then. But thank you for your patience. And oh my goodness, everybody, have a wonderful Christmas. Have a wonderful holiday. And we will see you on New Year's Eve.
Should we do the song one more time?
Let's do the song, the 12 Days of Christmas song one more time. Yeah, let's do it one more time. Okay, you ready? Y'all ready? Here we go.
These 12 days of Christmas were so much fun. An ornate frame for everyone. Paper hugs so cute and bright. Connect, glue to hold sequins tight. The tiniest greeting to grace your tag. Glitter adorns your box of swag. The shine